Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This line by Martin Luther King Jr. is echoing in the ears of the people currently. But why? It is because of an incident that highlights that power and money can really bend the law. Dera Sacha Sauda chief and rape and murder convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh has walked out of Sunaria jail in Haryana's Rohtak district after being granted a 30-day parole. This is the second time this year that the contentious, self-proclaimed spiritual leader has been granted parole. In January too, he was granted a parole for 40 days. This incident has stirred a public debate, raising eyebrows over the frequency of his temporary releases. Despite being handed over a life sentence, a 25-year prison term and another 20-year sentence, his second parole of the year so far is a mockery of India's criminal justice system. Despite his conviction for heinous crimes, he has been granted parole on multiple occasions. In fact, this is the 7th time that he is out of the prison since his arrest. In total, he has spent 133 days out of prison on parole so far. This has not gone down well with the public in general. People are wondering whether it is so easy for somebody convicted of such heinous crimes to get parole so easily, or whether the laws of the land are just meant for common, poor and weak members of the society. The recently appointed Jathedar of the SGPC or Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee, Gyani Raghbir Singh, has also condemned this parole granted to Ram Rahim. He has said that the government is setting a very wrong example by granting him frequent parole when thousands of innocents are languishing in prisons in almost every state. In the criminal justice system, parole is used to release a prisoner without suspension of his sentence. The release is conditional, usually subject to behavior, and requires periodic reporting to the authorities for a set period of time. Parole is not a right and is given to a prisoner only for a specific reason, such as a death in the family or a wedding of a blood relative. Parole may be denied to a prisoner even when he makes out a sufficient case if the competent authority is satisfied that releasing the convict would not be in the interest of society. Unlike parole, furlough is seen as a matter of right for a prisoner to be granted periodically, irrespective of any reason, and merely to enable the prisoner to retain family and societal ties and to counter the ill effects of prolonged time spent in prison. In a country where poor prisoners even have to serve more time just because they can't even arrange money for their bail bond, the frequent release of self-styled godmen such as Ram Rahim says a lot. In a country where innocent but weak don't even have an inkling of their next court hearing, the release of Ram Rahim is an irony. It reinforces the notion that laws are only meant to be used against the ordinary people, while the influential and the mighty remain untouched by repercussions. In the wake of the frequent release of Gurmeet Ram Rahim, people are actually wondering whether injustice anywhere is really a threat to justice everywhere.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.